the forbidden love trope. How is it to live in a demon hunting society? These are my beautiful, beautiful editions. I think you'll not get this video if you haven't read these books, but it doesn't matter. I'm not kidding. He's changing his surname 4 times because he's an orphan, Lady Midnight. Great fantasy is not real, but should feel real in your head. You're driving me insane. Julian, he is my book boyfriend. Hello, welcome my friends. Today, I'm talking about the Shadowhunter universe, or in particular, how Cassandra Clare, you're driving me insane. I hope you're having a nice day. I'm having a quite nice one. I think today is the last day of summer in Germany. Tomorrow I think it'll start to rain again, and then it never stops. But that's how it is, isn't it? But let's not talk about the weather. Let's talk about books. That's why you're here for. Ooh, by the way, I think that's my first video where I'm now a proper booktuber. I have now books in my background, and you don't see it, but I also have books in my foreground. I'm just checking if my fingers are pink, because normally I have always pink ink on my finger. That's just me. I'm very glad and very proud that you've checked in, because now I'm going to tell you how Cassandra Clare, you're driving me insane, literally. Do you have any books where you have like a love-hate relationship with? I mean, for me, the Shadowhunter books, they're such a mess, and I hate it, and I love it, and I'm obsessed, and they're so stupid, and because they are so stupid, I'm so addicted. And if I'm honest, I'm filming this video for like the 4th time, but because every time I try to speak about this Shadowhunter world, I'm losing it. I'm starting to scream and get very angry, very passionate. There's a mosquito in my room. I don't mind. Do you hear it? Naya, please be quiet, buddy. So, let me maybe explain to you the Shadowhunter world first. That's hard. I know there is a TV series on Netflix, and there's also a movie. I haven't watched either. I think it's only about the first 6 books. I'll not explain the plot of the Shadowhunter world. That I'll never be finished. There are on YouTube pretty good explanations on it. You can search for them and find them easily. I'll not even attempt to do that. Just like Shadowhunters, they are a kind of human species. They are part human, but they have angelic blood. And because of this angelic blood, they are kind of destined to fight against demons. And that's kind of their job. They're hunting demons all the time. They're the protector or the ruler of the other world. The other world, because they are also existing fays and vampires. It's so cool. I just love the Shadowhunter world so much. It's a whole world within our world, and we humans, we are called mundanes. And it's about intrigues and adventures and tradition within the Shadowhunter families and their politics. And yeah, like the whole system. How is it to live in a demon hunting society? And there are also the other world, I mean, with the vampires and the fae, they are called downworld class. This whole dynamic between downward class and Shadowhunters, it is not that good. Because, like I said, Shadowhunters, they're very proud, and they depict down world class as lower beings, because these vampires and fae, they are vampire and fays, or elf or wizards, like Magnus Bane, best character in this whole series, besides Julian and Tessa Clare. Yeah, what did I wanted to say? Yeah, I wanted to say that, no, actually I forgot. I just love this whole system. You're just hunting demons all the time. And the vibes are so great. And the battles are so cool. And the Shadowhunters, they're even cooler. Like, they're always wearing black gear and leathers, and they have daggers and such weaponry, and they're doing so cool stunts and fighting all the time. And with their stelaes, that's like kind of their magic ability. They have like wands but stelaes, and with that, these are drawing like tattoos on their skin, and each tattoo gives them a magical power. For example, they can see in the dark, they're stronger, they run faster. It's a fantasy world where you can just drown in it. And there's love in it. Always. You cannot mention the Shadowhunter world without mentioning the forbidden love trope, because there's always a relationship with it which is forbidden. And also multiple multiple relationships which are forbidden in one book. And always because of the most ridiculous reasons. So, let's get started. What is the topic about this video? As I said, Cassandra Clare, you're driving me insane. Why? Do you know why? I'll show you why now. I've actually trained this because these are my beautiful, beautiful editions. Do you see them? They're so gorgeous. Like, the covers are so ugly, but the spine, it's Manhattan. And do you see the Shadowhunters there? But that's not what about. That's the first book, City of Bones. And there's Jace on the cover. Like I said, the cover is so ugly. And from each of these books, like, that's Clary, this is Alec, this is Izzy, that's Alec again. And yes, that's Jace with wings. I think you'll not get this video if you haven't read these books, but it doesn't matter. These 6 books, which I've just shown you, I don't like them at all. These books are torture, amazing, but I've rolled my eyes so hard so many times. It's so cliche, all these characters, they have no deeper personality. Like Isabel, she's just like a bitch. And Alec is just a gay protector. And Jace is just a bad boy and nothing more. Rebellious bad boy. And Clary, our dear Clary, she's just a shy character who just happens to stumble into the world of the Shadowhunters and discover it with us. These books are so dialogue heavy, there's not much description in it. I don't like the writing style at all. And like I said, the storyline is so ridiculous. And you really lose your sanity while reading it. For example, Jace, our dear main character Jace, who's on the cover of the first book, he's changing his surname 4 times. I'm not kidding. He's changing his surname 4 times because he's an orphan, and they're kind of looking who are his parents, because at first they're thinking like Wayland is his father and he's Jace Wayland. Suddenly, oh no, you are a Herondale. Oh no, you are a Morgenstein. Oh no, you are a Lightwood. You belong to us. Like, he's changing his parentage 4 times. And I would not be surprised if suddenly he isn't a Herondale at all anymore. And this whole sister trope, because I've said the main characters, they are always in love, but they cannot be together for the most ridiculous reasons. He and Clary, it's the red hair one, Clary Frey. It's also discovered that she is suddenly a Morgenstern, like, she starts at Clary Frey, then becomes Clary Morgenstern, because, oh my gosh, how surprising. And then, like, it's such a coincidence, like Jace is also a Morgenstern, and then they cannot be together because they are siblings. Guess what? They are not. But like for 2 books, we believe, no one really believed it, but we believe that they are sisters. We believe that they're siblings, I should have said. Yeah, that's happening in the first 3 books. Luckily, the Valentine Morgenstern dies. Luckily, so annoying. He should have died in the first volume. There's no reason why he survived so long. But you know what happens? Suddenly, Clary has a brother. That's the thing with these 3 books. Like, the most ridiculous things suddenly happen, and you just lose it. It's so ridiculous. You laughed so hard, and you get, like I said, I've rolled my eyes so hard. I've got so annoyed. But actually, what can you expect from an author who've become popular for writing a fan fiction where Ron and Ginny are in a relationship? Like Ron and Ginny, the siblings from Harry Potter. I think Cassandra Clare has something with sibling relationships. Also Draco and Hermione. Later, it becomes even more ridiculous. Suddenly, Sebastian, who is killed at the end of the 6th book, is he's a villain. He's having a kid with the fake queen, and suddenly the kid boy is the newest villain. And these 6 books are such a mess. I cannot even explain it. I think the first book was the best one. And there's so much stupid drama for no reason at all. Also, the side character Simon, he is a human, then he is a vampire, then he dies, and then he's a shadowhunter. Like, everything crazy you can come up with, you will find in these 6 books. They are for sure entertaining. You cannot take them seriously. It is not possible. And I wish I would have read them when I were younger, because then I would have enjoyed them more. I kind of lost a bit of my sanity, but it was worth it. Totally worth it reading these books. You know why? I've read these books, I think like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And the series is not finished with these 6 books. It continues. It gets further with perfection. Absolutely gems. Gem casters, Will Herondale, Tessa Cray, our new main protagonist in the... It's not really a spin-off series. Tessa, Gem, Will Herondale. He's like the ancestor of Jace Herondale, and he's like his character is similar to Jace, but better because he had character deaths. Suddenly, what happened? I kind of expected this. That's why I read this first 6 book. Cassandra Clare really improved. There's a realistic love triangle. There's deception. There's descriptive, lyrical writing, and there's character depth. And the story is so amazing. And all the characters are so dear to me, and it was totally worth it to read the 6 most bizarre books in order to understand these 3 books. And the Shadowhunter world is so amazing, and you just must have to deal with a lot of crap to understand it. Sometimes I regret it. I have a really deep love-hate relationship with these books. I've said sometimes I regret it. Yes, I do. Sometimes I regret reading the first 6 books. While reading these first 6 books, I definitely regretted it. Here, I was really grateful for it. Very, very, very grateful, YAHSARAH. Especially... That's not finished, okay? So much books. Especially when I read Lady Midnight. It gets better and better after every book, really. Oh my gosh! Julian! My favorite character. I know everyone loves Will Herondale and Jace for... Okay, like, can someone explain to me why you adore Jace so much? Like, he's a bit annoying and he does not want to talk with Clary about his problem. And that's the reason for like 80% of their arguments. So, and he also does stupid stuff. But no, we're talking now about Julian. Responsible, protective, cute Julian. This is the series. I'll show you the 3 books. This is the books. These are they. Beautiful, aren't they? They're white. Every other they were black. Yay. I actually don't know if this is Emma or if this is Emma, but this is for sure our dear Julian. In the Shadowhunter world, families are very important. They are the Blackthorns, they are the Morgenstern, they are the Herondales, they are the Carstairs. And we just, in this whole series, we just follow the same families along throughout the centuries. The first 6 books are, I think, playing in the 2000s. And then the 3 best books, they are in Victorian age. It flatters the story so much to play in the Victorian age. And now we are like, I think 2013, 2016, I don't know anymore actually. Also in Los Angeles. The first 6 books are New York, then London, and now we are in Los Angeles. Julian, he is my book boyfriend. I want a Julian. I want someone who cares about me. I want someone who's clever. I want someone protective. And I want someone who is reasonable, okay? And who thinks about what he does before doing something. Like some other people, for example, Jace, who doesn't. Emma, I see why Emma is fitting to Julian. But Emma is a bit repulsive. And he is like, Cassandra Clare has something with her characters, are very repetitive, I think. Like, Emma is like the male version of Jace. But a bit more complex, and that's cool, because Jace is not complex enough. And I need help, because I'm actually stuck with this book. I've read, I think, 2/3 of this book. I was so immersed in the story. I loved it so dearly. The thing is, after you've read thousands, I'm not kidding, you've seen these books, I've read thousands of pages in this Shadowhunter universe. You just are in it. You have so much background information. You get so many Easter eggs from the other books, and it's so fun to read. And I was just reading it. I was just enjoying it. Oh, my dear Julian. Oh, my dear Emma. They have also a forbidden love trope. But actually, it makes... First, I thought it makes no sense. But after reading like 900 pages about it, I kind of get it why they're not allowed to be together. Because the reason is... It's Shadowhunter law. Everything ridiculous in these books is always Shadowhunter law and some magical thing. But I was enjoying it. I was having the best time of my life. And then suddenly, okay, now I must calm down before I start screaming again. Is that everything cool? Suddenly, we are in a parallel universe. In a parallel universe. I was reading it, 2/3. They kind of stepped through a portal, and they were in a parallel universe. I'm not kidding. And the thing is, in these books, characters are dying. Literally, Cassandra Clare is not afraid of killing my favorite characters. And I've cried a lot of times. And they are suddenly in a parallel universe. And everything is reversed. I've dealt with the crap of the 6 books, and I'm so happy that they are finished. But in this parallel universe, the events of the first 6 books are reversed. And all the people who are died are not dead, but they are living and different. And all the people who kind of live in the normal universe. Some of them are dead, and the ones who are not dead, they are completely different. And it's basically like in this parallel universe, the enemy Sebastian, like Clary's brother, secret brother who suddenly appeared out of nowhere, he was not defeated. I thought we were finished with the mess of the first 6 books. I thought, like, Cassandra Clare, you've grown up. I thought we have now descriptive, ridiculous writing, character with character death. I thought we were finished with the ridiculous plot changes. We are not. I am so disappointed. I'm so shocked. I couldn't finish this book. I'm stuck and I need help. You must motivate me to finish this book and the series, because there are other books. I also have them because for sure someday I'll read them. Oops. This one. And there are for sure the most beautiful. They're the first books who have beautiful covers. So amazing. And also I think there's Cortana, I think, the sword. The name of the sword is Cortana. And we kind of deal with the ancestor of Emma, with the Carstairs family. And that I know. And I look so forward to reading them. But I first need to deal with the script. I know they get out of this reversed reality. That doesn't change the fact that I cannot read it without cringing. It happened from one page to another. It's utterly stupid. I know they traveled through realms in the first 6 books. I wish to forget them. I don't want this. I don't want to have a parallel universe. It destroyed for me the whole world. I think Lady Midnight, the Dark Artifices series, were the best books. They aren't anymore. Because of this plot change, because of they're suddenly in a parallel universe. Do I have to say it again? I'm not happy with it. That there is in another reality was never mentioned, never hinted, never spoiled in anywhere. It was in any kind of way. It was suddenly just there. The reason why I love fantasy is because it is not real, but in my head, it is. Having suddenly a parallel universe where all the characters I cried about are alive again, and everything is changed and reversed is not just cringy, it destroyed my illusion of reality. Great fantasy is not real, but should feel real in your head. And changing suddenly the completely story with building another universe in it from just like thin air is not great. It destroys the picture I have in my head, and it makes me detached from the world. I want to read a fantasy books where I read it and it becomes real, and in my head dragons are existing, in my head Shadowhunters are existing, in my head demons are things which need to be hunted. And everything felt real, everything was real. I cried, I suffered for and with Julian. I was so mad at Emma, but in a good way. Until Cassandra Clare comes with like a ridiculous parallel universe, and I realize I'm just reading a book. And the film in my head is like off and destroyed. And I want to ask you, when you were reading this book, the second book, was it the same for you? Or do you think the plot change is genius? Am I the only one who was utterly thrown aback with it? And just so flustered. And I'm trying to stay calm, but when I want to talk about it, I get so emotional. Because I'm just so angry, because these 3 books, they had the potential of becoming my favorite books throughout the whole series, and they were so fulfilling, and I'm just so disappointed. And I know I will continue, but I just need the courage to do so, because I'm afraid of what comes next. It's amazing. I love the Shadowhunter world. Nonetheless, I love this book. I cannot pronounce it more clearly. But as I said, love-hate relationship. Completely love and hate relationship. I hope you're having a good time. You enjoyed this video. Me just talking about the books. And I'm actually pretty confident now how I've done it. I think I kind of controlled my temper in a good way. Maybe I'll show you some snippets of my former tapes. They were so a mess. Oh my gosh, but yeah, that's like it is. Oh. But my covers are so beautiful. I'm thinking about the thumbnail where I show all the books, and they're just like it's like the map. So tell me in the comments what you are reading now, and like this video and subscribe. That would be very kind. And I wish you a wonderful week, and hopefully we will see each other next week. Bye!